up? It's your boy T-Bear here in Reaction. Today's Music Monday. So, I guess, I don't know why, but I thought they did one for other NPC stuff, but they didn't. So, we are ending our NPC journey with direct production on what had happened was with NPC X. NPC X will be the big brother to my little trusty, if I get it. My little trusty machine right here, the Kyle Live, NBC Live, as well as the NBC One. It is the updated, it's like the future version of it's like the new school version of like what these are to of the Renaissance, going further back to the 3000. Let me see the other ones they have. I'm thinking of right now as well too. The 3000, 4,000, the 5,000, or that didn't make sense, or it was well too. Definitely is the update version, the update touchscreen version of those of the big boys as well too, though. So we're gonna see what direct production on what had happened was with one of the current running NPC machines out there. Last time we did a touch, who was a precursor for stuff like the NPCX, My Live, as well as the NPC One and many others. So without further ado, let's check out NPCX. What had happened was, let's get it. Shout out to direct production for these videos. Let's get it.
My most memorable moment, I would say.
Shout out to DJ Toot, man. Shout out to DJ Toot. Toot, Ross say shout him out though. He's one of the old school DJ from back in the day who was like killing it in the battle games well too, just as much as the guys of the East Coast, but he represented Atlanta as well too. The DJ for the likes of MC Sade, Raheem, and many others, and then became the Dr. Dre to Snoop of T.I. So yeah, let's get it.
Definitely being able to track the audio from my hardware into that device, like that's dope.
What's up? You got your boy Direct, aka Native
no
Shades,
choppy.
reminding you to like and subscribe, because today we're gonna be talking about the NPC X. What had happened was we got an emergency situation over here. There's chaos among us. A bunch of angry, fed-up producers just surrounded the Akai building, demanding a standalone sampler. And after months of negotiation, Akai finally comes through with what the people so desperately wanted: a standalone NPC. The year was 2017. Mr. You're Fired himself became the 45th president of the United States.
Must we be reminded of that so many times.
The Golden State Warriors won their second NBA championship. And finally, Akai brought to the masses a standalone NPC. Now, a couple years earlier, Akai had pretty good success with the NPC Renaissance, bringing the machine-like workflow into the Akai universe. But even with that, some people was half in and others were half out. Akai put out some other gear, the NPC Studio, and even the NPC Fly. Some did well, some did not. But as time went on, Akai was showing really good progress. They released the NPC Touch. What? A controller that allows you to manipulate, program, and arrange your beats with ease using its touchscreen. And the touchscreen on the NPC Touch was remarkable. It was one of the most precise and responsive touchscreens there was. A lot of folks loved the NPC Touch, and producers brought them by the thousands. But still, you always heard chirping in the background about being tethered to the computer. From the NPC 60 all the way to the NPC 5000, for all those years, the NPCs were standalone devices. You could take them anywhere with you, basically. Anywhere in your studio and start programming your beat. Of course, in the late 80s and early 90s, the only online people were dealing with was waiting for that early McDonald's breakfast line. Rise and shine. But now times changed and the internet experience changed everyone's way of life. And everybody was online.
Who remember the YT Poo video I reacted about that? Y'all had me reacted about that, Lord.
But some music producers got tired of being online, and they wanted to go back to standalone hardware. But hold up, wait a minute. Come back to Jamaica, everything insecure. The people didn't want just any standalone sampler. They wanted the new standalone sampler. And they wanted this standalone sampler for a decent price. Not $3,500 or $4,000 like they had some of these other MPCs going for in the past. You know, it's kind of like getting a car inspection. You know, at least for the states that have car inspections, it's like every year you got to get your car inspected. And when you bring it to the mechanic shop, they seem to always find something wrong. Like your car could be in perfect condition. You got all your oil changes. You made sure all your tires had efficient air in them. Everything is in tip-top shape with your vehicle. But you bring it to one of these shops, and there's always some mechanic telling you gotta get something done. You'll bring it in, and they'll be like, hey, I see that your inspection expired in April.
Oh my God, I'm biting on damn rims.
I bet you've been getting a lot of tickets, huh? And you're like, yeah, I got a couple tickets, man. You know, it's getting pretty expensive. And they're like, yeah, I sure bet. But they'll be like, hey, bro, your car looks good, though. Let me just give it a quick check and just make sure everything is in tip-top shape. And you're like, okay. And then after staying there for like 40 minutes, he'll come back and be like, yeah, your car is in good condition. I can tell you take care of it. You're like, yeah, I try. Like, yeah, everything seems to be good. Just one thing. You need new windshield wiper blades. And you're like, oh, okay, that's no problem. How much is it, like $30 or something like that?
Nope.
He's like, $30? Yeah, that was the 1998 price. No, my friend, the price went up on windshield wipers. Yeah, it's $200 each. And you're like, wait, what? $200 each for windshield wiper blades? So you decide not to do it because it's too expensive, and end up getting about $500 worth of more tickets looking for a shop that can do the inspection for you for a decent price. People wanted Akai to bring out a standalone, but they wanted it to be modern. They wanted it to have all the current modern technologies and even things that didn't come out yet. They wanted to get rid of the blue screen. You know, the screens that they had in the late 80s that made it look like you were always working on a Commodore 64 computer. And if you remove the backlighting, it looks like you're on your 1990s Game Boy. Yeah, they wanted to get rid of that screen. They didn't want computer interference, but they wanted it to be able to connect to the computer. Kind of like the Yamaha MX series. They wanted the ability to sample and sequence audio from the MPC to the DAW and back to the MPC. They wanted the functions and the speed of the major DAWs out there, like Pro Tools, Logic, and Cubase. Everybody had a suggestion. Everybody gave their 2 cents. And believe it or not, Akai was paying attention to everything. Every little chirp they heard, they paid attention. And ladies and gentlemen, in 2017, Akai finally gave us a standalone. And not only did they give the MPC community a standalone,
so I'm guessing this was first and then MPC
gave us the greatest standalone of all time. And folks,
one of them,
that was the MPC.
The other is this one right
here. You're getting
live.
16 velocity sensitive and pressure sensitive backlit pads. You're getting 16 360 degree touch sensitive Q-Link knobs. It has 2 gig of memory with a storage of 16 gig of memory. You're getting real-time time stretch and clip launching if you want to use it in a DJ style or like an Ableton Live like machine. You're getting 2 MIDI in, 4 MIDI out, 8 TRS outputs, standard, 8 CV gate outputs, standard, 3 USB ports, an SD card slot, A full-color LED backlit display with an awesome touch interface. It has 8 standalone audio tracks. It has a laptop mode where you could use it like a controller to control the software on your computer. And you can bounce the tracks between the software and the hardware. Ladies and gentlemen, Akai finally solved it. Akai finally solved all MPC's enthusiast problems. This, my friends, was the ultimate MPC, and people purchased them by the thousands. The competition fell back. This was such a phenomenal feat that Korg, Roland, and even Native Instruments had no choice but to stand back and just applaud. Applaud the new MPC. Everyone was excited. The modular guys was obsessed with the CV gate outputs. Even some DAW users were really impressed with the laptop mode. Akai finally slayed all its competitors and regained its spot as the king of samplers. So the beginning workflow of the MPC-X is like this. You turn the unit on, you press the empty project at the lower left of the screen, and your sequence appears. So you have your tempo, how many bars, your start and end. The second row has your tracks. We'll tell you what track you're on and whether or not you want to make it a MIDI track, a drum track, an instrument track, CV, plugin. You choose. And below that has your program, where you basically choose whatever program you want to work on. So at the bottom of the screen, you click Browse. And at the Browse, you have all your contents. You have your expansions, all the sounds that come with the MPC, everything. On the section that says Places, it has your hard drive and all the contents in it. Just go through all the contents in your hard drive. If you want to upload a sound to a drum pad, just press the drum pad you want to upload a sound to, then just press load on the MPC and your sound is loaded. And once you load up all the sounds you want, you can just start arranging your sequence as you normally would on any MPC. Pretty smooth. Now, with every good, as we all know, there's bad.
What's the bad?
For every Silver Surfer, there's a Thanos. But with the MPC-X, there wasn't really any bad. People didn't really have any complaints. You know, any of the complaints people had, the problems were usually solved with updates. They wanted more audio tracks, so they gave them more audio tracks. Folks wanted more inputs and outputs, so they made it USB class compliant. So now you can expand the inputs and outputs of the unit. They wanted pitch correction and all that, and they gave them pitch correction and all that. So when the MPC-X came out, it was about $2,300. $2,300. That's a lot of money, but it was well worth the purchase. This was Akai's new flagship sampler, and it pretty much answered all of the requests the community had. And a good thing about the X, along with the Live 2, the MPC-1 and everything, Akai gives it updates whenever they get a chance to. So down the line, you don't know what more awesome features they might give the MPC-X. So yeah, folks, that's the MPC-X. What had happened was...
Here we go.
So this is your boy, Direct, aka Native Shades, reminding you to go down low in the description.
Alright, so that'll be the last of the MPC we do for Direct Production, but not the last of Akai. Before we go to the other Akai, we want to check out the supposed MPC color. Was this the machine? On the next time I do some reaction to some Direct Production videos. So other than that, this was a good video right here as well too. But yeah, we're gonna go to the other Akai stuff, such as the SP, the sampler that was the Batman, the Robin to the Batman of the MPC 60, the MPC 62, as well as the SP 1200. So anyway, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.